bitches, every city in my tribe. Look behind. Booty dominate the world, peaches
That's
right.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hello, welcome.
Hey, I
Hello.
made it back.
I'm Legally Mormon. I just wanted to say I saw Legally Mormon. That's my friend. Yes, you're back. I know you waited for so long. Thank you for being patient.
Oh, no, absolutely. So I have a different stance. I don't label myself pro choice or pro life. Ultimately, I believe it is the woman's choice. I just don't like the label. I would like to get to the root cause of so many unplanned pregnancies because in this day and age, we should have fewer than what we had back in my day. With all of the birth control that we have accessible to women and condoms for men, we need to get down to the root problem. Why are we having so many unplanned pregnancies?
Well, it should be free. And right now, it's not free everywhere, and it should be.
You're right. And different
Canada
forms,
has, for the most part, it's not like free if you get it from like a prescription, but there's a lot of clinics that you can go to, like sexual health clinics, where you can get them for free. And Canada's abortion rate is pretty much a decent bit lower than America's, even acknowledging that Canada doesn't have any laws, saying that you can't get an abortion after any certain point.
Okay. So, like different forms of birth control, we know birth control pills fail most of the time. That is an ineffective form of birth control. IUDs are they
I
can
think
last.
it has a 94%. The most
It depends.
ineffective form I think is condoms, which is an 84%.
Pulling out is
Yeah,
the
but
most.
birth control pills, the reason why I say it's really not effective because it depends on the woman to remember to take that pill at the exact
Right.
same time
Yeah, so that
every
would
single
just be
day. So
right.
so it's really not the best form of birth control out there.
Yeah.
IUDs,
Well, for me,
they
I know
last
like I'm on the pill, and I'm very good at remembering. Like I take it at 7 every day, and like every time I like see 7 on my phone, I'm like, all right, time. Like I've never missed a pill once, and I've been on birth control
I have an
since I was like,
IUD because I suck at taking
yeah,
birth
it's
control
definitely
pills.
just like an individual thing. But I've been on it since I was like 12, so it's just like a routine for me because I got on it for my skin when I was younger, and now I'm on it because I need it as birth control.
Yeah, so I would really support a public funding of IUDs and more effective forms of
Yeah.
birth control, as well as funding for research for male birth control.
Yeah, for real. And like when I went to the clinic, they did ask me. They were like we can provide you with an IUD for free, or like if you feel like you don't know if you would be like capable of remembering it every single day, then yeah, we can give you an IUD. But if you think that you are good at remembering it, then we can keep you on the pill. Like they do, I think. I don't know about in America, but at least where I live, they do ask people like, I don't know, do you think that you can handle taking a pill every day? And if not, then they'll offer you a free IUD.
So IUDs, can I ask you why you opted for a pill to take the pills every day versus having the IUD and you put it in and you don't have to worry?
Yeah, no problem. So I've been on like multiple different forms of the pill because I got on it initially for like my acne. And some different ones that I went on to like really broke me out, or some like made me really like depressed or whatever. And so I just kind of figured that while I'm on the pill, if I get on a pill that like I don't like the side effects of, I can just stop it and go on to a different one. But with the IUD, I would need to like actually like go see my doctor and get it like taken out, which I feel like is just so much more of a hassle when I'm already like okay at taking the pill every single day. So I don't really mind.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was younger, I was on birth control and I had my first son and then the doctor put me on birth control pills. I got pregnant and still have her to this day. Um but later on after my second child, they actually put me on birth control pills to allow me to get pregnant. Then I went in for the IUD and I never looked back. I was like, this is the easiest thing in the world.
I love mine
And
too. And I feel
and not
like I have
all
the least amount of side effects.
The procedure
yes,
scares me.
all
Everyone
IUDs
that
are
I know is
the
like,
same.
it was so painful. I'm like, no.
I won't say it's uncomfortable. It's no more painful for me than like a pap smear.
Really, oh, I've never had a pap smear, so
What? You've
Girl,
never
how
had a pap smear?
gotta,
I don't know.
baby. You gotta
Get
do
it.
it. Well,
Get
the
it
reason
back.
I'll tell you why. I had
I think
cervical cancer. How old is my third daughter? She is 13 years ago. I had cervical cancer. Had I not had a pap smear and done all those good things, I would never have known that I had cervical cancer, and I probably
Oh, God.
wouldn't be.
You guys are gonna scare me now.
No, it's not to scare you, but you really have to get in, and you got to get, even though it is uncomfortable, it's a little painful. It's something that you really need to do, because don't you want to know if you have cervical cancer and to be
Probably.
able to fix? Yeah. So think about it. You don't have to, but really think about, getting that done.
Yeah, I will. But yeah, that's.
But on to the men birth. Okay. Why is it 2022 and we don't have an actual form of birth control for men?
Yeah.
This is
Well,
a good
sperm
question because
are less predictable than an egg. So from my understanding, it's just that there's not enough research on how sperm behaves in order
Yeah.
to create a pill that would regulate it.
Yeah, I think it would be lovely if men could get on birth control, but I think like logically to think about it, like we produce like one egg a month and they produce like tens of thousands of
So-
sperm like
so much.
in the same amount of time. So it's just like it's hard, like I don't know how we would regulate that. I don't know. But there is like that, I don't know, that one that says it does like waves or whatever and they put their like balls in it. I don't know. I read about it somewhere. No, there's one that like it's like they literally just put their balls in it. It sends like waves of like some like electrical whatever the hell, and like it just stops. It makes the sperm like immobile. That's what I heard.
I would say there were other things that led to abortion. Ultimately, it would be abject poverty and domestic abuse.
That those lead to abortion.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. But I still agree on getting on a good form of birth control. You can go down. Yes, sorry. Money is a big factor with women with birth control. I would rather go and say you don't have insurance. That a lot of women don't have insurance. You can go into clinics and you can get an IUD. Do you have to pay for it? Some places, yes. Other places, no. I would rather make that one payment to make sure that I am doing what I need to do to protect my body against pregnancy than going and risking it. Because that's putting the responsibility onto myself. I am in control of my body. I am responsible for becoming pregnant, not becoming pregnant. And we're not talking about accidents, but you're making a choice to protect yourself.
Yeah, I think if America
We
like
as women
just made it
have to
free, it would.
remember.
I think if they made it free, that would just completely like wipe out that problem from even existing. So I think it should just be free in the first place. And then people don't have to think
Right,
about, can I afford an IUD?
particular responsibility on one gender.
But it's your body, so I'm taking responsibility for my body doing what I need to do to make sure that I don't become pregnant, because it's my body, my responsibility.
It is your body, but 51% of abortions are due to failed birth control. Now, do I agree that IUDs are effective? Absolutely. But again, it should be equal parties' responsibility because women just don't spontaneously get pregnant.
No, and if you're in a relationship having sex with someone, even just dating someone, this needs to be a conversation before you guys lay down and have sex together. What happens if I become pregnant? Are you going to stick around? Do you want me to become pregnant? What would you like to do? These are conversations that we are no longer having with our young children because abortion is so readily available.
I disagree with that. I don't think we're not having these
too.
conversations because abortions are available.
Yeah, no, I
Okay,
don't
then
think that
the
either.
conversation
I had that
at home
conversation with
about
my parents.
responsibility is kind of going out the window. We're all responsible for our bodies. The men that we're choosing to sleep with, they have a responsibility as well, but it's ultimately our body, and we have to make sure that we're protecting ourselves against unwanted pregnancies. They can't do it. We
So
do it.
I'm not sure.
They can do it if they have a vasectomy.
Yeah, and also I'm not like totally sure where you're getting that like parents don't talk to their kids about this. Like maybe if their parents, that's like a parent problem. Like parents need to be more open with their kids. I think it's not that like abortions are more readily available. I think like I've had friends who have been scared to talk to their parents about it because they know their dad will like shame them for it. Not that abortions are readily available. And like my parents are like I've always been very open with my parents, so I've like had that conversation with them, and I don't think it's like I don't think abortions being accessible is a factor.
I think it is, and I don't know how old you are, but I'm quite older than you.
I just don't
it
think that's
does
a
have to do
logical
with something like
conclusion
that.
because then you could say birth control is promoting promiscuity.
Yeah.
You could argue that, but we're not arguing that.
Oh, well, that's
We're
not true,
arguing
though.
the woman taking responsibility for her own body before pregnancy happens, and responsibility is not being talked about enough. That's
Then
my
if
take.
you want to advocate for that, you should advocate just as much for male responsibility.
I'm not. I. It's not that I don't, but you're in control of your
Right, but
body.
that's all you're saying.
Because that's the point that I'm trying to make is women need to be held accountable for their bodies. It's our
And so do
job.
men.
It starts with us. It starts with
And
us.
so do men. So do men. A man should just not
Well,
assume that a woman has taken care of it.
exactly. That's why
Right.
when I
So
said
your statement
before you
is
have
incomplete.
sex with your partner, you both need to be on the same page of the consequences. It takes both. But ultimately, if the woman does not want to become pregnant, it's on her to make sure that she does not become
It is on
pregnant.
both parties.
When they have sex, yes.
Yes.
I agree with that. But if the
Great.
woman is 100% positive that she does not want to become pregnant, she needs to make the choice and the step to then not
so
become
we should
pregnant.
just make birth control more accessible and free because there is like birth control deserts and stuff like that. So I think we do need to work on making birth control a lot more accessible and a lot more free than it is right now in America.
Yes.
But
if
yeah,
you're on insurance, birth control is free. Your copayment, your insurance covers it. For the women who don't have insurance, it should be. I agree.
Well, I don't even think it should be something that you have to like go to the doctor and get a prescription for, because I think there is girls who are afraid to ask their parents, like, can you book me a doctor's appointment? I have to ask my doctor about birth control. And then their parents are going to have to take them there. I think there should be like how they have in Canada, like sexual health clinics that people can go to and like get like an IUD or get like birth control without their parents.
We do here in Montana.
At 14, as a girl, you can go in to any clinic and it's private information. The parents aren't even aware of it.
Yeah, but who's going to drive them there?
Yeah, but it sounds like we're on the same page. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the next guest. But thanks for waiting so long. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I'm so fucking cute, bitch. I'm so fucking cute.